Hey everyone, I'm Ryan with Sandstorm. We got our new 302 GSLR out here. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so we're out on the back deck of the 302 GSLR, and right out the gate, this is a 3,000 pound rating ramp door. So when we're in this patio position, we're at 1,800 pounds, and that's plenty of space for everybody to hang out. We've got a full patio kit system out here, so if you've got dogs or you got kids, you know it's gonna be safe when you're in this setup. No one's gonna be falling off, and you'll be able to get plenty of wind and draft coming through your coach to keep it cool when the evenings come around. So we also offer an option, which is a full electric rear awning. So you can put this on any of the Sandstorm coaches that we run, but we've equipped it on the 302 GSLR out here as well. And as we work our way in, this is our electric pass-through dinette system that we put in our coaches. So this is a 52-inch wide bed down below and also up on top. So both of these can break down. We do a split table system to guarantee that if you only need one table, you don't have a lot of people out camping, you can have this full space and clearance to be able to get up front. But you also have the ability to do a full dinette setup with 2 opposing tables and sit 4 people here to eat. So these dinettes down here, they break down and they fold, and they can push together to make a bed below. That can potentially sleep 2 based on how big you are, and then you can do the same with the top bed as well. So moving to the inside of the coach, right here we've got the new Kenwood audio system that we've been running for a little bit, but it's cool because it's fully upgraded. You got upgraded speakers throughout the entire coach, and on top of it, it's a DVD player that's already wired into your television. So you can pop in DVDs, watch that with the kids, pump some tunes inside, outside. You have full control of where you want it, and it's a great feature that we're putting on our new coaches. So moving forward into the living room, we have full set chairs that you can take, and we've designed them specifically to be moved up into the front hallway when you're trying to load stuff up. They're super comfy, and as you move over, we also have what could technically be a third bed in the living room area, because this folds down, and if you got the right size kid or children or adult, they can sleep down on here as well. So another important thing that we do on all of our Sandstorms is we know a lot of people are loading side-by-sides that can get up around 72 inches wide, if not wider. So on all of our slide outs, and on the 302G specifically, we designed our floor to be flipped up. So underneath this sofa, you can flip the floor up. And what that does is as this slide out comes in, you have enough space for the clearance of your tire as it comes. So if you have that bigger Can-Am or Razor, you've got plenty of space to be able to pull that in. But say you don't have a rig that big, as this slide out comes in, you're at 73 inches most floor plans. We do the same as you come all the way up into this front kitchen. So you have plenty of clearance. On this 302, we've got 19 feet of total cargo that you can take full advantage of by moving all the way up into this kitchen. And we have tie downs throughout the entire run, and those tie downs are rated at 1,200 pounds. So you can go bring all the toys you want and make sure know that there's gonna be safe and you're not gonna have any issues. So moving into the kitchen, the first thing is we've got a 12.3 cubic foot double door refrigerator. We try to make sure on all of our floor plans that we run gas electric refrigerators, because a big focus for Sandstorm is dry camping. And we know when a lot of people are going out dry camping, they need the fluctuation of going from gas or turning on the generator. So this is an auto system. It'll bounce back and forth based on what you need. If you turn on the gen, it'll go over to 110. If you run it on gas, it'll be fine. And as we move through, we run a solid surface countertop. We know real estate in the kitchen is really important, especially in the toy hauler where real estate for cargo is just as important. So we try to utilize the space the best we can. And with that, we've done solid surface countertops to give them a trick little look, a little back LED light on them. And we've also done countertop covers over the sink. We run a single bowl sink over here, so that gives you plenty of space for your pots and pans or bigger things to wash them. And the great thing is we also run a 65-gallon gray water tank on this coach, so you don't have to be too scared doing dishes and filling up your tanks right away. And as we move around, we run the same recessed glass cooktop over here, so that way even more counter space as you're cooking, and make sure you're utilizing that the best you can. We're running glass inserts in the cabinets to just give it a little nicer look. We try to put as much storage space as we can, because we know, same deal, toy haulers, you got to try to have as much space as you can to store your helmets, dishes, whatever you got coming with you extra. So we've also intentionally gone and put all of our drawers on steel ball bearing drawer guides. We're running a 9-ply birch, so they're sturdy and they snap lock as well. So when you're going down the road, they're not going to be bouncing around. We've done the same on all of our cabinets. We do magnetic latches instead of the bullnose latches that you see around, and that helps them just stay closed as you're going, because especially a toy hauler, you might be going out into the dunes, bouncing around a little bit. You want to make sure everything's staying under control. Here's our monitor panel. We try our best to make sure that everything is centralized, so people aren't walking around the coach looking for switches and what to turn on. So we've labeled everything here. I was mentioning before, we're running the largest tanks we possibly can. So you have control here, 140 gallons on this floor plan. On almost every Sandstorm floor plan, we try to ensure that we can go 80 gallons up to 140 because we want to make sure people can dry camp. So you can have the control, see all of the different levels that your tanks are at any given moment. You have control of your awning, front and rear if you choose to get it. All the accent lights throughout the coach. You can turn on your generator. You can move the slide outs in and out. We have a ceiling fan in a 302. You can control that. We have the max air control system all here. So it's all centrally located, labeled, easy for people to use. So once again, we try to make maximum use of the space. So we've put an angled radial glass shower door on this corner. So you also have a latch here to make sure when you're traveling, it's not going to be bouncing around. We do porcelain toilets, which is just nice and clean. And then on top of it, we make sure in our Sandstorms that we give you full privacy. So you don't have any voids or openings in the doors coming into the bathrooms. They're full closed doors, and make sure you have your space when you're doing your business. On our front bedroom on this floor plan, it's a king bed, and this is a standard king. We don't do any short runs, and on all of our Sandstorms, we make sure when we're putting in the bed, if it's a queen, it's a standard queen. If it's a king, it's a standard king. So on this specific floor plan, we've got the king bed with the wardrobe slide. We have 12-volt charging stations up on both sides of the bed, so people each have access to it. We also added an additional location against the opposing wall to the bed where you can mount a second television. There's cable for the cable connect for the satellite. You also have the inlet for the satellite as well, and the power all centrally located. So if you want to add into a second television, you can put it in this front bedroom. So we're outside the front of the 302 GSLR, and a couple things we wanted to point out. So we run a 3/4 front cap. So what that means is that the first part of the front, you actually have a textured metal that's going to help with rocks, chips, everything coming up and not damaging your front cap. So we paint this front cap as well, so it's full fiberglass molded, and we like to just give it a little cool vibe and put in some LED lights and accents so when you're out there camping, people can see you and know what you're doing when you're in a Sandstorm. So we're on the door side of the coach, and over here, we make sure we give you an LP hookup if you have a barbecue that you want to throw outside. We've already got that on all of our Sandstorms, and it's on this 302 as well. We do aluminum wheels on all of our stuff. We also have a little pet leash that we've added in this year, which is cool. So if your dog wants to stay under the shade and can be in the comfort of the awning, you can make sure your dog's not running off anywhere. So as we move around, we run a full power package on everything. So we have a power stabilizer jack, power tongue jack up in the front. You have a power awning. We add a cool LED accent light running out here. You know, nice upgraded speakers on the 302 as well. So you have plenty of light out here and hanging out with your buddies. So on the driver's side of the coach, we have our fuel station. So we've added a new change to our fuel station. It's kind of a new system that I think is pretty cool. So when you come over here, instead of going inside, turning on your fuel station, coming back and playing with it, having an auto timer switch, all those things, you can actually just come back here. You hold the two buttons to on it. And once it's armed, now you're ready to go. So you push the on button and that turns on. Once you push off, we have a new feature where it'll actually pull the fuel out of the line so that the remaining fuel actually goes back into the tank and isn't sitting there, which is a cool safety feature and just make sure you're utilizing the gas to the best capabilities. So starting this year, we've moved over to a new generator system that we're really excited about. So what this is an NPS powered by Yamaha generator. On the Sandstorm, we run a 5.5 on the 302 GSLR specifically. So what we also do is we offer an additional option to where you can have dual air conditioners and you can be running all of that off of this single generator. Now the cool thing about this is it's got pure sine technology, and what that does is basically gives you cleaner power throughout the whole coach without going into all the technical details. Just make sure you're not going to have any bigger issues with plugging certain things in while you're running your gen. The also cool thing is it's got a pull start on it, so you don't need to have power to your battery. So if you're out there camping, everything dies by some fluke, you can fully run it. You know, Sandstorms all come equipped with a 260 watt solar, so you're going to have plenty of power as it is, but always having a generator on board that you know can be reliable, that you can use when you need to run the air conditioners or just in general need to get some power back in the coach. We're really excited about bringing this on. It looks like now with the eco technology, it runs on a variable speed. So what happens is when you're not pulling a lot of draw, it won't be as loud. It'll run at a lower RPM, and then once you give draw, it's going to pull a little bit more and rev up those RPMs, which is awesome because it's just a little bit quieter and it also saves on gas. So thanks for taking the time to check out the Sandstorm. We're really excited about the changes that we're doing this year, and we're happy that you took the time to look at it. Feel free, if you got any more questions, to visit our website, forestriverinc.com/sandstorm. Thanks.